Hello friends, in this video I am going to discuss how to prepare for a courtroom argument. Courtroom argument is one of the most essential as well as exciting parts of litigation, and it is so challenging that only a few lawyers get success at it in a real sense. Whether you believe or not, there is as such no defined course, lesson, tricks, or technique that you pursue and become a smart, fluent, audacious orator in the courtroom. As I believe it is a natural instinct that someone is a good orator and eloquent speaker in public since childhood. But don't get discouraged. I never said that if you are not a naturally talented, then leave the legal profession. But yes, for that you have to work hard. You have to pay attention to the certain points that can really make you a smart lawyer. So in this video, I'm going to share some top secrets and tips that can potentially make you an audacious lawyer to argue your case boldly in the courtroom. However, I would like to put my disclaimer that this is my personal view that I have developed through my profound studies and experiences. Therefore, don't take it granted. For some, it could be highly beneficial, but for some other, it may not. But I never mean that one who doesn't follow it would not get success. Because how I define success is the collective result of your hard work and destiny. If destiny is missing, howsoever hard work you do, all futile. On the contrary, if your destiny is on its paroxysm and kind enough for you, then you hardly need to do hard work. Even a routine work can make you the most successful. Therefore, I want to make clear this video is exclusively for the common people whose destiny is not supportive and kind enough. Now, let's come to the point: how to prepare for a courtroom argument. First, classify your case. What is meaning of classify your case? Classifying objectively your case is the first smart step because it gives you a clear understanding of the points that you need to deal with and argue accordingly. It helps in memorizing the points structurally and orderly. And this step also segregates that what are the points that you need to emphasize and what are the points that you need to left out. Next, now the question is how to classify. Well, this is very important question, that how to classify the case. See, every case has a general structure that hardly varies from one case to another. I mean, the basic structure remains same in every case, as facts, laws and relevant decided cases, argument in the courtroom, prepare for the counter questions, organize your arguments, memorize the arguments. Let's discuss each of them one by one. So I'll start with the facts. This is the first part that you need to understand. So understand the facts first. Collect all the relevant data regarding the fact, that is background of the facts, as well as forward of the facts. So do not emphasize only on the fact, rather look all around. Don't miss a single point because it may be fatal for you. Once categorize the fact, then understand it clearly. Read it again and again. Analyze all the possibilities. I mean, you have to be aware of all the relevant information and nothing should be missed out. The idea behind this is every point should be clear in your mind. Do not go in the court with confused mind or even a single doubt, because if you have the doubt, then how are you supposed to convince others? Next, laws and relevant decided cases. Once the fact is clear, now think those points on the legal point of view. What are the relevant laws that can make your case stronger? Here, you need to note down all the relevant laws. Next, you need to understand those laws that you are applying very clearly. No doubt should remain in your mind regarding any of the law that you refer for. Secondly, also check all the relevant decided cases. Check what are the laws applied in that case, how that case was argued, and also check the judgments. Likewise, now organize all the facts and laws that you have collected. Argue and analyze with yourself. Ask questions and answer yourself. Likewise, catch and analyze each and every aspect of the case. Remember, your single mistake can make your all efforts futile, and you want to lose the case. So don't give the chance to your opponent by any means. Next, now come to the third point. Argument in the courtroom. Well, don't rely on the language that you have prepared in your case draft. Not at all. Here, you need to show your presentation skill. So you don't need to read out the draft that you have prepared, nor you need to recite all the points and give a lecture in the courtroom. Rather, by taking the support of your draft, you need to prepare altogether different presentation that you are going to present orally. So, I suggest better to draft again your presentation in the same language and fashion as you want to present in the courtroom. Write down each and every point that you want to discuss in the courtroom and practice those points at your home very clearly. Remember, here you have the chance to convince the judge. So feel some emotion, sentiment, and energy in your argument that you cannot insert in your textual draft. Whatsoever facts and laws you have drafted in your petition, that is not much important if I compare that with your oral argument. Therefore, bring feel and emotion in your arguments. Here, you need to convince the judge that why your client should win the case. So make presentation striking enough to convince the judge that it is only your client who deserves to win the case, not the opponent. Remember, your well-drafted petition has hardly role in making you win or lose the case. Rather, it is your oral presentation and argument that can make you either win or lose the case. Next, prepare for the counter questions. Remember, while doing all these things that we have discussed in the above slides, you also need to pay attention on those points that your opponent counsel may ask you in the courtroom. Not only your opponent counsel, but judge may also ask some questions. So prepare answers of all those questions in advance. Next, organize your arguments. Definitely, you are not going to argue every point that you mentioned in your petition. Secondly, it is also discussed above. You need to draft your oral argument, which should definitely be different from your petition in terms of presentation and style. Secondly, it is also discussed above. You need to draft your oral argument, which should definitely be different from your petition in terms of presentation and style. So, you need to choose the most important points that you really believe very important to discuss about. I mean, potential enough to bring changes in the courtroom. After collecting such points, now organize all such points in order. Do thorough practice at your home. Secondly, To check your ability and strength for your presentation, give your presentation among your family members, friends, or any such person who does not know the law. If they are listening you with interest, it means your preparation is good, or else prepare again. Remember, in any way you have to convince the judge to win the case, so prepare your presentation outstandingly. Next, memorize your arguments. Well, practice is not enough. Besides practice, you should memorize all the important points that you want to discuss with all examples, facts, and laws. Don't be panicked. You don't need to memorize literally, but rather you need to memorize the overall story. However, for the important points, prepare some short index cards. Note down all the points in order that you want to discuss. This technique will help you to present all the points clearly as well as orderly. Once you have done these things, now pay attention to some practical aspects. Those are: a day before your argument date, do a brief revision of your preparation and then take a complete rest. Next, in the courtroom, you have to be well dressed, calm, relaxed, and confident. Keep a notepad with you. Note down all the important points that your opponent is discussing so that you can answer them properly and orderly. When your chance comes to present your points, stand up, remain relaxed, don't be in a hurry, speak slowly and clearly. Your sound has to be bold and audible enough so that everyone can listen that, even the person who is sitting on the last chair. Make the audacious eye contact with the judge, opponent counsel, and also with some public sitting in the front row. In the given premises, while presenting, you can walk around, you can move your hands, that is proper gesture, so that you can pull others' full attention. Secondly, if you forget some points, don't be panicked. Remain calm and remember the points that discussed in the above slides. That is, preparation of index note on a card. That card will help you to recall the points and will keep your presentation in order. Moreover, if your preparation is very good and convincing, then there is hardly chance that anyone is going to defeat you. Remember, hard practice is the key of success.